Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a web quest, and this web quest is on learning and being able to identify shapes. So this is just the introduction page, so it just basically gives you an overview of what your child will be doing throughout this web quest, and then down here it shows the standard that by the end of the web quest we'll be completing. So what you need to do is go to task page, and on the task page it just kind of gives you a overview of what things the child will be doing throughout this web quest. So first they are going to be playing educational games to kind of get familiar with the different shapes and get familiar with the web quest. And then second, they're going to be listening to a song on shapes, which they will need to make a worksheet over. And then lastly, as their final assessment, they will need to make an online poster on their favorite shape. And they need to be kind of like an expert on that shape. So if you go to process, it just kind of gives you a more detailed thing of each thing you need to do. So first they need to play these 4 educational games, and it kind of that will just kind of provide how each shape looks like and what are the components of the shapes. It will just kind of get them familiar with different shapes, and then they need to watch this video on shapes, and if you just click on the play button it should play automatically from the web quest. So they just need to watch this video, and then they need to make a worksheet including these 3 items. So they need to draw the shape, they need to tell the components that make up the shape, so like what size does it have, how many angles does it have, any other fun facts they want to include, and then they need to give objects where they will see these shapes in the real world around them. So like a triangle, you might see a slice of pizza or on top of a house. And these are the shapes they need to include in their worksheet. Not all of these shapes will be talked about in the song, so you might need to help them go onto Google and find information about the different shapes. All they really need to do is type in the shape, and then it should kind of tell them the components. So they need to do that, and then finally they will need to make a online poster on any shape they would like from these shapes up here. So it's got to be one of these, but they can pick their favorite, and they just need to make a poster on it. This is just an example of a poster that would earn an A. It shows pictures of different triangles, and then it tells about the components right here, and then it gives kind of like some facts about it, which they don't have to include, but it would be helpful. And then it tells where you might see triangles in the real world, and then it gives some pictures to kind of like go along with where you might see it. So like a triangle on top of a house, a street sign, and a slice of pizza. So this is just an example that would earn an A. You be creative as possible. Go beyond the guidelines. It will make the poster look more unique and more personal. They will make the poster using PictoChart, which is an online software that they need to just make an account for. It's not that complicated. It just requires like a username and a password. But they will make their poster on that. And then after they're done with their poster, they need to turn it into class, which it will be due on Friday. And then on class on Friday, I will split them into groups depending on their shape. So I'll have a different shape in each group, and they will just need to present to their group their poster and read their poster. And then on the evaluation slide, it is a rubric. It's not popping up right now, so I just brought it up on where I made it from, but it's just a rubric of how I will grade. So like the completion of the web quest, and it has points, and then the worksheet, and then the poster, and then it gives like overall quality, creativity, completion, and there's points for all of those. So this will be worth 60 points in all after they complete the Webquest. So this is just how I'll grade them on their completion of the Webquest. And then finally, after they're done with all of that, then you have the conclusion page, which just kind of congratulates the students on their completion of the Webquest. Kind of talks about how if you have any questions or comments or advice, you can comment below right here. And then it also gives credits of where all the websites are and the different pictures. So if the games don't pop up on the thing, you can go to here and click on them here, and it will they should pop up there. And so I'm excited to see people's posters, and it should be a fun Friday.